You've not run before.
I haven't.
So why throw your hat in the ring now?
Well, I've been doing community service for 30 years, and I obviously have a heart for this community. I grew up here, and I just figured it's time to step it up.
Have you been on any boards or any kind of like the planning and zoning board, any of those?
On the city boards, most recently I've been on the pension board, police and fire pension board.
Pension board. Oh, okay.
Before that, city board-wise, I was on the historic preservation board.
Okay.
And I guess combined in about 9 years on this two.
How long were you are you still in the pension board?
I just turned out.
You just turned out. Okay. How was that experience?
It was good. It was enlightening and certainly educational, and I think it's a big part of our city.
Do you go to a lot of commission meetings?
I have periodically when something's hot. Recently, I have.
I mean, any opinion about how the commission gets along, or what changes might be needed?
Yeah, you know, it's not as I would have conducted myself. I think that the pettiness is something that shouldn't happen personally. Well, there's some long relationships there, and I know there's some wounds periodically. But I'm a more upbeat person. Yeah, I'm more upbeat, and I like to keep it positive.
What would be a couple of your priorities, maybe that are close to your heart that you would want to get done first?
Well, I'm afraid we're being forced to deal with this economy and the budget, and that's not always close to my heart, but it is important, and I think I have the expertise in that area because I got a business degree, I run my own firm, make payroll, on a bank board for 20 years, and so I understand it, and so it will be big, and the couple things that I think we can do automatically is, we can engage some of the expertise in the city. We can put a blue ribbon panel of those who can help us with that budget, and I think that's been done in the past. I know it's been done in the past, and I think the last time it was done, I was talking to a guy today who was on it, and they came up with $50 million worth of savings. So I think that kind of community action is what's going to have to take place in order to come up with some solutions. We got to look at the budget. We got to line by line go over it, make sure that we understand what's in it, and then we got to look on the revenue side. And that's the only other way to attack the budget is increase revenues. And I have some ideas in that area. I think we got.
Tell about them.
Yeah, I think we really have to concentrate on economic development, and we got to be a user-friendly city. We got to be easy to do business here. We should be reaching out to the small businessman and say, how can I help you? And I've heard, story after story, unfortunately, that's just not the case. We don't make it easy on the small business.
What could the city do to make it easier to?
Well, expedite the permitting process. If I want to open up a dry cleaner, and I'm going down, and I got a landlord that wants to rent it to me, I ought to be able to go down to the city and apply for that permit in 30 days, walk out the door, and be able to go in business. And that's just not happening.
Is there anything you learned on the pension board that would give you a solution for that problem?
I learned a few things. There are some mechanisms that you can use to save the city contribution, at least for the short term, and in down years. Smoothing techniques are certain things you can do actuarially in order to address that. I think we're going to have to really look hard at the 20 and out, whether or not we can afford that. There's obviously benefit to have a pension such as ours to these young guys that come out and, you want them to be fighting the fires or protecting the people, and you don't want them to be worrying about their retirement necessarily, and they need professional advice. But at the end of the day, it's a question of what can we afford, and we're going to have to go at it that way.
Tell us, we've heard some really mixed reaction to people who have participated on city boards. A lot of work done, and then in some cases it goes nowhere, or in an interview we just had where the actual commissioner of the district voted against the interests of the decisions made by community groups. where do you land on this pension board? I mean, do you feel that the work that you guys did was taken seriously and incorporated into city government decisions, or do you think it was cast to the wayside?
Yeah, I really do, because there was so much at stake there.
Mhm.
This last contract negotiation, I'm sure, was the smoothing, the implementation of the smoothing technique helped to make it happen finally.
But it's not really an advisory board. You have ultimate decisions
You're correct.
you can
Yeah.
make there.
Now, when I was on the Historic Preservation Board, I thought we got pretty good support from the commission. But on the other hand, like you take Smoker Park, for instance, we voted to declare it historic, and the commission turned it down. Now,